Cancer, welcome to your Moving On reading. You will note some heavy sounds in the background today. My neighbors, we're unfortunately on day 2 of them having some trees removed, which is unfortunate, but that's their choice. And it's not a small project. Yeah, we've had that go off several times this week, and no, I can't wait to put off readings. I wish I could do, but just to let you know it's there. I apologize for it, but we're just going to keep on keeping on. Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much what the sound of tree removal sounds like. Cut down, broken up, and then chipped, that kind of thing. Okay, so for those of you who are new, moving on. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a reading dedicated towards moving on. Sometimes it's moving forward. Sometimes it's just making progress. The point is we're stuck. We recognize that we're stuck, or we're beginning to recognize that we're stuck. What do we do about it? And that could be anything, guys. A thought, a belief, a feeling, practice behavior, a situation that we find ourselves caught up in and there's no progress. Situation, place, circumstance, person, career, relationship, whatever. The point is, what are we doing about it? How do we perceive ourselves in it? How are we holding ourselves accountable for actions or non-actions? Thoughts or not thoughts? Feelings or not feelings? Anything. The idea is we're here. We want to get on the other side of stuck, right? To become unstuck. So, that being said, this reading, like all good tarot, really does focus on the self as opposed to them or they or extenuating circumstances, because that will always be the case. The point is, what are we doing about it or not doing about it? So this is not going to be everybody's cup of tea. I understand. These readings tend to be a little bit more on the sensitive side, because like I said, it's a critical look at the self. So if it's not your thing, cool, I understand. All tarot, like all YouTube, is free will. If you don't want to watch it, you don't have to. And if you're watching and you're going along and you find yourself becoming increasingly frustrated and or pissed off with what I'm saying and you're full on disagreeing, a couple things. One, it's not for you and you're trying to force it to fit. Just because it says Cancer in the title doesn't mean it's for you. It may not resonate at all. Check your other placements. This is normal. It's collective reading, not a private, right? Or the other thing's happening. It does resonate and we don't want it to. And that upsets people too. Okay? So these reading types are a little bit more on the intensive about the self side, you know. They're kind of really for the hardcore spiritual enthusiasts. Like, I want that kind of message, Christina. I want to be challenged. I want to be told about my shit. 100%. Bring it on, right? That's who this is for. So again, not everybody's cup of tea. Okay? What's going on, please? Show me that Cancer Collective and moving on. Show me that. I'll never know. I'll never know. Pisces, whew. Scorpio, they made progress. They may not see it that way, but they're making progress. Those stubborn guys we're so stubborn. Like I'm making progress, but I refuse to acknowledge it. I don't know why we're like that. And then, you know, gosh, Capricorn was all but complete. They did a great job in moving on, and all I was doing was verifying what they were already experiencing, and then Taurus showed me progress in their own particular way. It had nothing to do with moving on, but moving forward, becoming unstuck in some way, you know? So, you know, moving on has many different layers and flavors and progress points. We don't always see it because we're in it, you know? And some people are all the way back at the starting line, and some people are closer to the finish line, and a lot of folks are somewhere in between. Okay? Let's take a look-see. And you're like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's all sunshine and rainbows for me. I hope so. I would love that to be the case. I would love that to be the case. All right, what's happening, Captain? Do you, and... What is Scorpio? I think it might have been. So if you have Scorpiontarot, check theirs out. And let me tell you, this has been shuffled many a time between yours and theirs messages. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. I gotta move it forward. Gotta move. It's already in your mind. That's good. That's half the battle, right? Some level of acknowledgement. I should probably move forward. What's crossing you, though, is a sense of comfort. We're gonna see how deep that runs. Hold on. Okay, Seven of Pentacles. Some of you call me crazy. Some of y'all might have some stronger than your chart. Feelings to confront. Stagnation. Things aren't growing very well, or they're just so slow, perhaps we can't see it. We'll figure it out. Hidden energies. Oh, no, not the moon. No, not the moon. Not the moon and the hidden energies. Cancer, that's like saying I'm blind twice. I don't know what you're talking about. Exactly. That's what that looks like. The moon and hidden energies, that's literally equivalent. I have no idea what you're talking about. That's what that is. Oh no. What am I going to see for you today, honey? Strengths is the 10 of Wands. See, now you're convincing me you got Earth in your chart because that's an Earth mentality if I ever seen one. I can keep putting up with it. I'm strong. I can carry this forever. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Knight of Pentacles, honey. 4 of Pentacles. Got a little bit of a stubborn streak in you. Just a little bit. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Alright. Okay. What's going on? Show me the 6 of Swords. Alright, you want to play rough today? Let's do it. It's like you can't crack me. Okay. I wouldn't put money on that if I were you. Show me that 6 of Swords. Show me that 6 of Swords. Show me that 6 of Swords. Oh, honey. I love a challenge. Oh, I do. I like a little fight. I like a little oppositional defiance. I do. I do. Okay. Let's do that 6 of Swords. Show me that 6 of Swords. Show me that 6 of Swords, please. Oh, some Cancer somewhere. You don't relate to this at all in your baseline, but you're like, oh, she's going to give it to somebody today, and you just grabbed your popcorn. Okay. 9 of Wands. Resistance much? Queen of Cups in the heart space. That's you. 3 of Swords. There's something here that you already have an idea. 6 of Swords. Mental resignation. Bare minimum. I should move on from this. But you're also saying, I don't want to. 9 of Wands. Queen of Cups. That's you. 3 of Swords. We're resisting this. There is ache in your heart, but you are not ready to dislodge that particular ache. In fact, you are standing up for your heart space saying, my mind might occasionally tell me to move forward and move on, but my heart will not abide by it, not at this time. I won't. So you have some emotional stubbornness in you, as well as real-world practicality 3D stubbornness as well. Ooh! Oh, we got a toughie today. Mm-hmm. You a hard-shell crab? All right. Queen of Pentacles. Okay. That tells me you're covering up something fairly intense then. Not covering up as in lying, as in, well, your insistence is strong today. Let's see that Queen of Pentacles. Saying my heart does not have to move on. Thank you. I like just where it is. Yeah? Then why does it hurt so much? Show me that Queen of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles. I can make it work, Christina. Listen to me now. I can make it work. Alright. 4 of Pentacles. Twice for you. You really believe that whatever this is, you can make it work. I don't know what this is to you. You've shown me a little bit of the heart. You've shown me a little bit of 3D. For you, I believe the Cancer I'm looking at, they're one and the same. To dislodge one, you're saying you'd have to give up the other, and you can't do that. Or at least that's what you've told yourself at this time. Insisted. To do away with one, I'd have to do away with the other, and I'm not prepared for either. Okay. Then why were you thinking about it? You're saying you can make this work at all costs, even if it means just being friends with it. You haven't shown me what it is, but you're saying you're comfortable with it. The King and Queen of Pentacles do not give up their seat of power very easily, even if it runs contrary to their belief. In other words, to be resourceful. To gather, collect, and build the best that they can possibly achieve with their own 2 hands. And you're saying, what I have now isn't very cooperative, but I'll be damned that if I let it go, because I'm comfortable with it. I've communicated those expectations. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not dislodging myself from the situation. So it's currently active 3D. Okay. You even said your heart is guarded on this particular subject. That you have to reinforce that guardedness too. That you're not willing to consider anything else, and yet you have a shadow of pain behind your heart that says you've already feared this thing. descending, so that your heart would fight for it still, and you're not going anywhere anytime soon. You refuse to be dislodged. So then again, it goes back to my original point, Cancer. Why did it ever cross your mind to leave it, even just a little bit? Is it a job? Is it a friendship? Because you keep saying you'll make it work at all costs. You're also saying you're very familiar with it. That Queen of Pentacles. Stagnation is here. The holding on pattern is here. The admission, kind of, that yeah, it's not the best situation, but I still love it fiercely, so I will guard it at all costs is here. Let's see that Seven of Pentacles, please. That feelings to confront. Show me that Seven of Pentacles, please. Show me that Seven of Pentacles. Show me that Seven of Pentacles. What is that Seven of Pentacles, please? The Empress, the Sun, the Fool. I'm gonna check out that moon real quick. Some of those hidden energies, please. Show me the moon, please. Do you have this, or what is what you think you're going to get in time? Because I see you desiring something else altogether. But you won't allow yourself to see it. Never mind, feel it. You have feelings to confront here. That part of you is growing exponentially bigger than what you're allowing yourself to see. There's a strength in you that says my quality of life could be amplified 1,000-fold. But I'm going to stay raw her. Okay, right here in this kind of I'm going to make it work at all costs energy. Which flies in the face, or defies, I should say, the face value of the Empress, the Sun, the Fool. You don't have to make that work. There's no forcing it. It just is. You either have the Empress, the Sun, the Fool, or you don't. It's really simple. You're either deliriously happy, fully empowered, and ready to take off on adventures and feel like your heart's open from the seat of power, or you don't. Feelings to confront. At first I thought it was stagnation. You can kind of see why. On that opening, it would make sense, right? Then we clarify it. There is an element of stagnation here, but it represents growth of unfulfilled potential. You have a wealth of unfulfilled potential in you, but you have settled for this. It's a barely working companionship of some type. We'll call it friends for now. But you're also saying you're exceedingly familiar, and it's topped out in its potential a long time ago. It seems to have nowhere else to grow, emotionally or in the 3D, in terms of practicality. Loyalty, resourcefulness, not much growth pattern attached to it. But you say it's mine. And I had to go back a couple of times, and this is what, the third time now? Then why did you ever think about leaving it? If it's so satisfying to you. I'll tell you why. It represents unfulfilled potential. Feelings to confront for which you have not confronted. Is that for some time now, that Seven of Pentacles represents a different growth pattern. You have been wanting to really grow into your own, your maximum potential. And I mean max potential. The Empress, the Sun, the Fool. This is somebody who's so open to life and everything that it affords. Who is so comfortable at the seat of their power, who is so bold that they don't know that they're bold because they're too busy living life to compare it to anyone else. You understand? A part of you that's slow, a very old dream in you that took root I don't know how many years ago, always felt that you should aim in this particular direction, to be at the top of your game, to be at the seat of your power, sense of empowerment, to be open to life, to be so bold and bright, to live under the sun, and to know that you are, and to look back and envy no one. Because let me tell you, this person envies no one. They don't have to. Contentment is here in all forms. It's beautiful. And yet, this is where you are. I jumped on over to the moon because I wanted to see how this would relate. And like I said, the moon under your hidden energies is literally being double blind. I have a frequency match for you. You've been waiting for your equal for a long time. And they're there. But you act like you can't see them. It's under your hidden energies, the moon. So that means you kind of took this connection to a secret place. One that you highly desire and by all rights looks highly compatible to you and your sense of empowerment and fulfillment. But that has not been allowed to come through. Therefore, the ideal version of you has not been allowed to blossom. You'd have to know that you wanted to get this far and really work towards it and not settle in order to get here. This idea was with you a long time ago, long before this. That you could have it all, that you could be it all, that you could feel it all, be happy and content with who you are, what you're about, and it would leave you free to kind of roam, but safely roam, and knowing who you are. Happy. Very happy. This is all individual, singular energy. This is the things I think you intended for yourself a long time ago. But that dream, that Seven of Pentacles, that garden stopped thriving. Because you're showing me settling energy for whatever the hell this is. You settled for this, and this is who you were meant to be. And then I got something over here under the moon that you kind of went, that's funny, King of Pentacles. I just pulled that off the top. You took the idea of that situation or person and you went, that doesn't exist. I just heard I've been waiting for a girl like you. Take that as it resonates. There is the waiting element here, so I can't say I'm surprised. It's like you've been waiting your whole life to find your equal, your companion, someone who kind of takes life by the balls, such as you would like to. It has that, I don't apologize, and if I do, it's because I mean it. But this is me, this is who I am, and this is the direction I'm headed in. Would you like to go with me? It's like you were waiting forever to find that person, and now they're under the moon. Someone that's more in line to this. This is singular, this is individual, this was the idea. This is the garden you planted for listen, this is the garden you planted for yourself a long time ago. I will be the emperor, empress. I will be the sun. I will be the fool. From the seat of my power and own sense of security and sense of self-fulfillment, I know I will be able open to life and all it affords. I will be happy. And you planted that garden a long time ago, but for some reason you stopped tending it. And this became your focus, and it's settling. Let's call it for what it is, babe. This is settling. You're barely holding on to a structure that I grant you are familiar with. It could be a career. It could be the circumstances for which you find there's a lot of 3D practicality in there, but your heart's attached to it. You're saying you're afraid to leave it. but you're used to defending it. You're used to defending it. You're used to defending your place in it. You're used to defending your heart for it. And you're used to defending your position in it. That you are the one primarily holding on to it, as it's rather it's holding on to you. So that tells me it holds you back. So what is it, honey? Are you afraid to succeed? The second I put down your baseline, I was like, oh, we're seeing an obstinate Cancer today. That's okay. Sometimes people want to be pushed back. And like, you can't crack me. Make sense of that shit. Have fun. Ha ha ha. In my experience, those are the people who need the most attention. The ones who act like they got it all figured out. I don't need help. I'm fine with what I got going on. And yet there's the potential of you. I see where you stopped. You're not connected to your equal to take you to a higher plane of existence. You're showing me settling energy that you said you got accustomed to and that you're used to standing up for. Then why did you open with that? I've thought about it. It's crossed my mind, Christina. It's crossed my mind. It's crossed my mind. But I'm not taking it seriously. Okay. Yeah. I think you're a Cancer that I'm looking at today. You want to be pushed back on. You want me to point out these things. You want to hear it. I do. How do you know when somebody is willing to really start hearing the truth? They push back on you because they want you to push back on them. That's how I know. You want me to push back on you today. That's why I'm here, honey. No, this is the good shit. You know what I can't stand? I feel this way today, and I feel that way tomorrow. Well, maybe I do, maybe I don't. I don't know, I'm kind of insecure, so I'm just going to self-sabotage myself to death. Crazy. That's what I typically see. This is somebody who is not crazy. You had a very strong vision for yourself once upon a time, and you were even headed in that direction until at some point you weren't. You are that person today that says, this is probably as good as it gets. No. I see the contradiction. The only time you're in alignment at all is when you have the opportunity to confront yourself on where you intended to go, what your life intended to be, how you intended for yourself to develop, I don't know how long ago, until you connected with something that held you back. So it makes me wonder, honey, are you afraid of your own potential? You'd be surprised how many people are. It's called imposter syndrome. You're afraid of your own potential. So what do? We settle for shit. Say we're invested, can't get out of it, and then we never quite reach it. That's why you have to pick and choose your partners carefully. And I have this talk with Scorpio all the time. We get strongly attracted to unfulfilled potential because we feel something like this and we're like, oh. You can feel it and you want to dig it out of that person. And I can see it in you. I can see it in you. I can see it in you. I can feel it in you. But then we realize, and I have to lecture them this all the time, it's not your job. It's not your job. I'm looking at this Cancer and I could fall for you real easy. I think any Scorpio would. And then there's the reality. I don't know who this is, but they're your equal. A proper equal. There is no sense of having to hold on to that. It's charged, and it has its own flow that's prominent, straightforward, and it matches. Whew, look at it go. Whew, boom. Shit's intense. Like the moon. I swore I'd never think about that again. Ten of Wands in your strengths. Yeah. 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 Once more. I'm not making a judgment on you. This is the Cancer who wants tough love. I know it. I know it when I see it. I know it when I fucking see it. I know that when a kid's acting out, it's because they want somebody to correct them. Okay. I know that when an adult lashes out, it's typically because they want to be heard. Okay. Or they need a moment of someone else's adjustment or perspective. You're no different. It's almost like, here it is, Christina. Accept it. This is where I'm at. And I'm good with it. No. Cancer, I'm looking at, you wanted to be pushed on today. You got it. I believe in better or worse, honey. Tough love, because honesty will always trump everything else. So I'm just going to blow smoke up your ass. How does that help you? Oh, Cancer, everything's going to work out just fine. In a week, you'll see your whole life will turn around. How does that help you? It's bullshit, and we all know it. How does it help you? It don't. You know? The people who I love and respect in my life the most, they push back on me. Oh, it happens. 100%. 100%. Absolutely. And those are the people that stay in my life. Because they know when to push back on me appropriately. Not to be hurtful, not to be painful. Because they need to point something out to me because they actually care about me. Those are the real quality people in life. Those are your equals, not your lessers. Okay? The people you have to hold and cling on to, those are the people that you need the least. Because it represents weakness. That's real weakness. I have to hold on to this. I don't even particularly care for it, but I've told myself I have to hold on to it. Is that strength or weakness? Anyway. I don't even know what that is. It may not be a person, guys. It's heavy, heavy 3D. But it's clingy. It's very clingy. You've already communicated 8 of Wands. I ain't going nowhere. This is where I'm at. You know where to find me. Something like that. Show me that 10 of Wands. Show me that 10 of Wands, please. Sorry. I took a lot of time here, but I think it was necessary, and I'm okay with that. 4 of Cups, the King of Swords, the 6. See, it's almost like you're trying to... You're poking me because you want me to poke you back. So it's appropriate that you're getting the finger, Missy, Mister, whoever the hell I'm talking to. That you get the finger from me. That's serious business. And yes, I'm aware of what I'm saying. I'm the queen of double entendre. Thank you. Okay. Now the 10 of Wands and your strengths. Guess what showed up again, y'all? 6 of Swords, 4 of Cups, the King of Swords. You are telling me it's a strength to stay put. Some of you might have some Taurus in your chart. I swear to God, I'm saying this for you right now. That stubbornness, don't tell me, I'll tell you. Okay? It's under your strengths. You consider it a strength to stay put. You are not happy. King of Swords values truth. The King and Queen of Swords value truth. Information. This is the truth as I understand it. Pros, cons. Informatic truths. Okay? They don't have time to deal in lies. That's why they're associated with coldness, but hey, they get shit done. Okay? And the King of Swords understands he's unhappy, and it's likely going to stay that way. And he's also said, I can handle it. Yeah, Christina, I've thought about 6 of Swords. Okay? There's the admission right there. There it is. Right there in your opening, and it's on your strengths. But you're saying it's a strength to stick around even if I'm fucking miserable. Take that. Honey, I'm not the one who has to pay that tab. I'm not the one who has to pay the tab. I've met plenty of people, and will continue to meet plenty of people who say, you know, I've made up my mind on this particular subject. You can call me stubborn if you want, but I'm not going anywhere and I'm not changing. Okay. So you remember that the next time you open your mouth to complain. The Cancer, I'm looking at you. You had it in you to be some kind of loving, generous, happy, borderline rock star. Some of you always wanted to sing, but you were too shy. Some of you always wanted to sing, but you're too shy. Or you thought your vocals, you didn't sound right. You think your voice didn't sound right. I don't know that that was true, but that's what you've concluded, some of you. When? Childhood? Choir? Church choir? Your voice is soft. But it's not because you had a bad voice, it was because you were shy. You always wanted to sing? You've been attracted to music ever since? Particularly voices. You're attracted to voices. You can hear voices. Like a thumbprint. I understand. There are some people who are extremely visual. I'm not one of them. I know that sounds bizarre. But I actually have a horrible memory for faces, but I remember voices. I can hear somebody's voice once, not hear them again for 10 years, and be like, oh yeah, I met you, da 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 da. I have voice recognition. I don't have face recognition. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know what I'm talking about. Most people rely on their eyes. I do not. I rely on voices. But it's this, for the Cancer I'm looking at, it's different. I don't know why I got that impression. But you put a lot in voice. It's an instrument. You see it as an instrument. That's true. It is an instrument. But you've always wanted to be involved in music, or... Anyway, I'm sorry. I don't know why that hit me. Funny. Records, lots of records. DJ records. Yes, there's a fly. I've had to open the door several times today, just to let Senna in and out. I'll be getting the dog door. It's already been discussed. It's such a heavy emphasis on... It keeps showing me turntables. I don't know if that's confirmation of your profession or something. I don't know. 180 grams. 180 grams. The approximate weight of a vinyl record that, a high quality vinyl record is approximately 180 grams. I don't know what you're supposed to do with that. That's just what occurred to me. So, all right, I'm sorry. Let me get out of that. Let's get out of that tangent. Okay. If something... Waterfalls. What? Oh my God, the visuals for you today. Waterfalls. What about waterfalls? There's a... Some of you have a... Is it fantasy or real? I can't tell. A waterfall that you always wanted to venture to, or it's your favorite spot, or you think about it a great deal. The Knight of Pentacles. Some of that lessons that must be learned in order to proceed. Some of that Knight of Pentacles. 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 Ooh, no soft shell Cancers today. Oh, I got the hard shells today. Well, it was a matter of time. Honestly, it was a matter... Honestly, you know what? Now that I think about it, I can't remember the last time I tuned into that group. Okay. The Nine of Cups, the Chariot, the World. Oh, God. Dang. Jesus, that hits the chest. Jesus. Oh, I don't mean that to be rude. In order to succeed, you have to stop shutting down what you're inclined to go towards that makes you happy. I couldn't get advice that was any more blunt from the universe. I mean, that was pretty damn blunt, even for me. Jeez. Thank you, universe. The World, the Chariot, Nine of Cups. If you want to move forward successfully, the speed doesn't matter. Just stop shutting things down that make you happy, that you know you're supposed to go towards because you're inclined to. You're supposed to with the Chariot. The Chariot is the absolute proof of our conviction to move towards something because it comes from the heart. Not speed, not fierceness, not ferociousness, not passion, not intellect. The Chariot, the strength of our emotional conviction. This direction's correct. I know it, I feel it, don't get in my way. This is something I have to do. It's ascribed to you specifically. And more so in the context with the Nine of Cups attached to it, wish fulfillment. I move towards what I love like I love myself. And this could be anything from your goals in this life to something both large and small, to relationships, to careers, to family orientation, you name it. I move in this direction because I love it like I love myself, and I can back it up. Some of you have a tendency to shut that thing down before it has any room to go anywhere. And that's what I saw right here. The potential is still there. Seven of Pentacles, by default, has roots grown. Those roots can grow again. That's why the Seven of Pentacles pisses me off. It can stop there, called stagnation. Or it can continue to grow. It's what we believe we can do that makes it grow or not grow. And many of you have a tendency to shut down. I feel strongly about that direction. I love it like I love myself, but I won't allow it to happen. Some of you seem to think speed's an issue. I take too long to do what it is I want to do, and then I lose the opportunity. Then don't hesitate so much. When you know something's correct, don't talk yourself out of it, and don't contract yourself to things that don't quite fit the bill. It slows you down, it gets in the way, and it keeps you from progressing the way you intended. Stop shutting things down that you know are right for you. If you really love yourself, back it up. Do what it is that's right for you. And not keep saying I can, as a testament to my own strength. Anybody, let me make this clear, Cancer, anybody can do this. I can keep putting up with this indefinitely because I decided. That was what the mind decided. Perhaps that's what ego decided. But it most sure as hell wasn't what your heart decided. I'm sorry, honey. Any asshole can do this. This is hard. It's borderline unbearable. It makes me fucking miserable. But because I decided to stay, I will. Done. Are you trying to be your own statistic? Or do you want to be an anomaly? This is an anomaly. That's a statistic. Which one do you want to be? Let's see that Four of Pentacles, please. It doesn't matter. And if you are so afraid of losing out on things because you're inclined to go, then speed things up. Guys, it's not about the pacing. It's about, I know this is right for me. That's it. No argument. The time it takes for it to complete is the time it takes to complete. But get it started. Don't just shoot it before it has a chance to get out the gate. And that's a big one. And like I said, that was incredibly blunt. Let's see that Four of Pentacles. Let's see that Four of Pentacles, please. Show me that Four of Pentacles. And the future paths we're still holding back. Let's see if there's any progress there, however. If you thought yours was complicated, don't get me wrong. Getting you to even recognize that you want to move on, that's your biggest thing. Because as far as you're concerned, you've already made the decision. Well, because I've made the decision to stick and to stay where I'm at. I don't personally care for it, but I've made that decision. I can't unmake it. Wrong. If you made the decision, you can unmake it. And the more you have to bully yourself into believing your decision is correct, the more wrong it is. Which means you have to double back and do twice as much work to undo that decision, but it is still possible. Yes. Absolutely. I love when people are like, well, I made up my mind, so therefore... therefore what? You think you cannot change? What's the point of watching tarot if you really believe that? Think about it. Honey, if it was impossible for it to change, I wouldn't be here. Nobody would be here. They'd just be like, well, you can't change. No, it just takes a little more work to undo those things we said we were going to do and decide upon. What, no fuss, no muss? No. It just takes more work. Seven of Cups, Death, the Four of Swords. Okay, we'll take that. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but compared to where I know I thought about moving on, but I'm dismissing it. Not once, but twice you did this. I'll take that. You're kind of going backwards a little bit. Like I said, if you want to make progress, be prepared to take some steps back. But Cancer, I'm looking at, you're not done. I know you want to be done. I know you want to think this is it. This is where you're at. You're done. You decided, wash my hands of this. It's not true. I've seen your potential. You're not done. Not by a long shot. You're going to have to take some steps backwards in order to go forward. Sometimes the way forward is the way back. And what does that mean? Looking at the things we decided and understanding, there's some room for improvement there. We can make adjustments. We can be flexible in our thinking and in our feeling. Possibilities are indeed possible. That's why they're called possibilities. I see you doing exactly what I said. You're going to have to take a couple steps back. That's what you're doing. You're like, wait a minute. That shit I was holding on to, that there are no possibilities. I want to rest on that a little bit. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take it. I don't know why you are so determined to close things off, to put a line under them and say it's done. You're nowhere near done. And you know it. You damn well know it. So stop talking to yourself like this is done. I'm 25 years old and I got to stick to this. I am 65 years old and I got to stick. I don't know what that is. But it's so written off in your mind as being done, complete, settled. Just get over it, Christina. Get over it, whoever I'm talking to. This is life. Is it though? Because it seems to me the best parts of your life have yet to be decided upon. I don't even know what the hell it is. You haven't shown me absolutely what this is. I just know what it represents. It represents settling. Say it for what it is. There are no options. Hold up. Is that right? Four of Swords. There's a part of you that still retains, in this respect, this idea of maybe I can consider it. We're not even talking about your moon energy. This idea of kind of withdrawing this decision that this is as good as it gets. Or this is the way it is. Done. Finito. It's not so finito. It ain't over till it's over. Look at you. Look at the potential of you right here. Right here. Fucking here. And cherry on the fucking Sunday, there's someone who could help take you there. And you're like, nah. That's not. I've only been waiting for them all my life, but that's fine. That's neither here nor there. There's something about your energy, whoever it is I'm looking at today, that's so obstinate. I kind of, how do I say this without sounding like a jerk? I don't want to sound like a jerk, but it's almost like you want me to whip your ass. I swear to God, it's like you want me to. You want me to. You want me to do it. It's, like I've discussed, it just has that feeling. It's like, bring it. Come on. Come on. I want you to do it. And it feels defiant, but in a good way. That tells me that you're spiritually opening up, but you want me to take you there. You want me to push you. You want me to do what this person would do. Match your true spirit and self and to push you further. Not because you're oppositional, but because you're on the same fucking page. Okay, that's what good connectivity is. It challenges you in the right ways. And it's like you brought this to me on purpose because you wanted me to push back on you. You want me to tell you that the door's not closed just because you say it is. It's not over just because you put a line under the sand and say, this is as good as it gets. You want me to tell you differently. And it's like you want me to give you a tongue lashing. And for some of you, I'm like, well, you know. I don't know what it is. You want the amped up. You want the coach. You want somebody to get on your ass. You want that. I don't know how else to describe that. And that's fine. That's why I'm here. You know, I am what you need me to be so long as it's correct for you. It's and that's what I think we've accomplished here today. If you want a confirmation that you have more in you, it's there. And you know it's there. Don't be ridiculous. What's not helping you is this mentality is that, oh, this is what I've settled for, and it's therefore as good as I get, and it's, Yeah, it's totally everything I ever wanted. I only have to defend my position in it. Like, I still have to justify heart space for it. If you have to justify heart space for any situation, then baby, what is that going to tell you? I'm really nosy about that King, Queen of Wands under the moon. I would love to know who that is. I know you already know. But it does feel like they're equal, and it does feel like they would challenge you. Nine of Swords, the Queen of Wands. Stress, anxiety, stress around a stressful, possibly, we know who this is. We associate them with relationship energy, but also the stress of it. You still see them in a certain way. A passionate person, a creative person. You're saying that they have that little oomph, that they have that heat attached to them. That intensity holds no prisoners. Creativity, rock and roll. They have all that, and you're like, yes. You match there in that relationship, but it stresses you out. There's the stress associated with that, and it's something that we still work through. We would like to heal it. Maybe the idea of it, of healing it, causes you stress. Happiness is unhappiness that we weren't on the same page with them. We weren't on the same page. We weren't on the same page with this person. But we're also not happy that they're not there. The happiness is gone in this situation. It upsets us. It upsets us. I don't know what... I shouldn't even be doing this much. We took a chance. We wanted to take a chance. We wanted to open up towards this, but we couldn't do it. We couldn't do it. They represent part of the Fool paradigm. That part of you that would like to be so independent, to open up, blast yourself open towards this. Like I said, they would help take you to this place, not take away from you. Big difference between a situation that takes away from you and does not bring out your fullest potential, does not challenge you, does not engage you mentally, emotionally, sexually, socially, whatever it is. I don't know. But it doesn't challenge you, and it doesn't seem to require much thought on your part, other than the fact that you've convinced yourself you have to keep it. But this evokes long-standing feelings of reciprocity and strength of will. Anyway. But you, look at this. Look at that. Look at that Cancer. That Cancer doesn't need to be pushed back on. The one that reaches its highest potential. Because the Empress knows. The Emperor knows. Interesting. That's enough. Time to get on to the oracles. I'm sorry I lingered longer than it just... Yours was intriguing. I hope I gave you the tongue lashing and or scolding and or pushback that you needed. It's because I care about you. I do. I do want to give you what you need, but ultimately, honey, you're the one that has to live the journey, not me. I get to turn this off. 27. Yeah, I'm not the only one giving you the finger. So is the, and it's this finger. It's not the other one. It's the universe too. What did I say? The advice for you is to stop shutting things down that you know are correct for you. Move to them boldly and without explanation or without apology. Only you can fulfill this sense of destiny and sense of love of yourself. But you have to know that you want to do these things. The speed doesn't matter. But don't go so slow that you talk yourself out of things. Number 27. The universe rewards motion. Yes, when you do what's right for you, the universe helps you. If you keep engaging in things that hold you back and aren't correct for you, they make it that much harder and keep pointing out to you and throw it in your face over and over again about how you're not comfortable there, even though you've convinced yourself that you are. Number 18. Your purpose is personal expansion. Boo-boo. You started it. You didn't finish it. Peaceful resolution within yourself first and foremost. Over here, when you start to make progress, that you realize these choices are not dead. In fact, let's go back, readdress that thought. Four of Swords. You have to trust yourself. Trust that you're thinking the right way. Trust that you're feeling the right way. No need to worry when you trust yourself. I have to agree. Again, you can't teach somebody what the Chariot and the Nine of Cups is. You have to trust that that's correct. If you're proven wrong later, you're proven wrong later. The point is, it's better than forcing yourself to say something that you know isn't really for you, but you kind of hope it will just work out that way. Big difference. Okay. I'm not your lover, I'm not your man. I am something that you'll never comprehend. I would die for you, Prince. I'll never understand or comprehend. It's one of those. Be something other people can't begin to comprehend, honey. Take inspired action. Okay, that is the full moon in Virgo. Practice gratitude. You can practice gratitude and still live the life or make decisions for yourself accordingly. That's how you actually practice gratitude. You go towards what's right for you, not what's wrong for you. Dear universe, thank you for giving me this opportunity to see what's right for me. And now I have the opportunity to move towards it, even if it means I have to take a couple of steps back to understand that. You know? Some people will see opportunity and bitch and moan because of how much work it's going to take to acquire it. Other people are like, thank you. It might take me a while. It might take me a while, but I refuse to give up. If it's right for me, I'm going to do it. Okay? That's real gratitude. Make time for self-love. Unleash your kindest self. In other words, show yourself compassion. Okay. Cancer, honey, I hope this help was helpful for you. It was quite interesting. You know, again, for those of you who are familiar with my energy, my kind of disposition, okay, you know, it can be very, very engaged in readings. Yours was, it was better than you getting me to a crying place. Those are my soft-shelled cancers. That's what I'm used to. That's what I'm actually used to. So it was actually nice to be like, oh yeah? Let's talk about it today with you. I actually quite liked it. It was nice. I liked this a lot. Does it need work? Yeah. Do you have it within you? 100%? Do you have to know that and allow it? Yeah. So, like I said, we'll take that. Let's stop assuming that all options are dead. You never really took to that idea anyway. You never really did. I know you tried to adopt it, but it's not yours. It's not your thought to adopt. Let's rest on that. Let's go back to that drawing board for a little bit. Okay. Okay. This was interesting. Yours isn't so much as moving on as would I be open to the possibility of moving forward? Anyway. I hope this helped you regardless. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.